Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is a Boom Bar right here on your Boom Radio NG. My name is Adelabu, and I bid you warm welcome to the bar today. It is Thursday, if I'm correct. If I get my correct. It is Thursday, and it promises to be a very interesting one at the Boom Bar today. There are quite a number of things we're going to be talking about. Labour Party. These days, it seems like the first thing you hear when you hear about Labour Party is the defections, and it doesn't look like it is stopping anytime soon. Especially, we thought it was just the House of Rep members alone. Looks like it's moving to governorship candidates as well as we speak. So there are going to be quite a lot of things to talk about today. Also, Nigeria's there's a lot of interesting things happening with the oil and gas that we're going to be talking about as well. Also, Champions League match day 6. If I'm correct, I think it has ended today. I think there are two more sessions, but I think today it's safe to say that we kind of have like a clear cut of what exactly is happening or what is going to happen next. Anyway, on that note, we welcome you to the Boom Bar today. And we're going to be talking, like I said, we're going to be talking about other things, but it's just not me. It is with Shola Rogers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the bar. Let's go, people.
Okay, so we're getting right into it. First things first, the Labour Party and the defections. Looks like the Labour Party has been hit with so much defections this couple of days. I think we started this week with the announcement about was it this week or last week? I think it was last week, yeah. With and there are a few people that are defected before that, but we had seen 5 House of Rep members defect straight in one fell swoop, and it was kind of disturbing a little bit, but like, you know what? It is what it is. It shouldn't be that much of a big deal. Then I think beginning of this week, there was news about another person. And as I speak to you now, there is gist about another person again.
Politics. Politics 101. Politicians will be politicians, regardless of what people expect or want from them. It's basically showing people that don't get carried away with the hype. You know, when they come and tell you this party is different, this candidate is all of that, please dig deeper. Don't get carried away with the hype. Don't say, oh, because of this candidate, I'm voting from top to bottom and all of that. Because look at it now. The huge number, because it's huge for a new party, more or less, because they're not new like that, but at least the new third force, which Labour became because of the Peter Obi effect, to have gotten so many seats in the House. They won Abuja's senatorial seat, the sole one there.
Yeah.
And they won a whole lot of House of Rep seats.
Yeah, five. They had 5 senatorial seats and about 34 House of Rep seats.
So for a party that done well like that, because there were other parties now. Look at the other presidential.
There are a lot of people that have just won to.
Yeah, look at the other presidential candidate. What's his name? Kwankwaso. How many House of Rep members was he able to get?
Yeah.
How many senators did this party produce? Kano was split into 2. You know, it was APC and PDP in Kano. But
no, NNPP.
NNPP, sorry. PDP was more or less like thrown out, you know. So the thing I was trying to point out is that Labour had made some major inroads. And if you're hoping that in 2027, they'll be able to build on it. And every time we try to educate or break things down politically, people get sentimental about these things. And sentiments will not cut it. A good example is leave Nigeria and look at South Korea, where the president gets shut down every time he wants to pass a bill because he doesn't have the majority in the House.
Yeah.
And this was one of the things that we talked about then, that even if any of the presidential candidates had won, except for Atiku or Tinubu, if Obi, Showore, Kwankwaso had by the freak of nature become president of Nigeria because they were able to meet all the requirements.
The House would make it ungovernable.
How do they govern? go and check out Sokoto in the last dispensation and how, of course, the governor was PDP and the house was APC. Do you understand? It's hard. And in other climes or in other parts of Nigeria where
those things happen, you see how
there has to be some kind of compromise.
There has to be a shift.
There's always a compromise.
I think it was Bello Matawale that had to move. The governor, had to move. You see in other places, House of Assembly members have to move. Somebody has to move.
There has to be a compromise. It happened in the East, even with Hope Uzodinma, because he won through the courts the first time. Now he won, at the polls, but the other time the courts pronounced him governor.
Yeah, and the House of Assembly was PDP.
Yeah, but something happened. There was a shift.
There has to be a shift.
There has to be some politics played. So it's hard. And look at it now. The Labour Party is supposed to build on what they have achieved.
But is it looking like that now?
This is how APC started. APC was the minority party, and they had a few spreads here and there.
And then they started building on it. We're still in 2024. 2024 is about to end. Yes, I get it. But we're still in 2024. Would we say that what we're looking at now is a reflection of what will happen in 2027? Or 2027 is still a long way to go and we can't determine that yet?
No smart person should put their neck on the line because you don't know how politics works. You understand? The reason why I say we understand politics, but anything can happen. You get? The trend that we have seen based on data is that subsequent elections after the general elections have swung a certain way.
No, I'm not even talking about...
No, that's why I'm trying to lay a background that if you look at what has happened, so the only thing that can change this trend is if all the opposition parties close ranks the way the APC did it. And the people who are supposed to close ranks are already jumping to the other side.
So, number one, the people that are supposed to close ranks. Number two, each individual party at the moment, like I said, before you even close ranks, shouldn't you have like a unanimous voice as like the party in itself? Like now, take for example, everybody right now that is moving from Labour Party, the story is that, or what they're saying is that the party is, there is no clear leadership and all that. And the honest truth is, except we want to lie to ourselves, this matter has been going on. It first started with Abure and Apapa. Then it now became Abure with the Alex Oti, Peter Obi. Do you understand? But the honest truth is that there is a major crack in the system. And people might also argue that it's not the first time even the likes of the PDP and APCs have had that issue. But look at the PDP. PDP had a leadership issue for the past couple of months. However, it seems that they found a way to, it might not be 100%, but looks like they found a middle ground. At least they have a national working committee. They have an acting national chairman. Do you understand? All that, can we say categorically that the Labour Party has those things?
Again, that's why I laid that background I was trying to lay, that you all start from ground zero at some point, and you build up. In 1999, when the military decided to hand over to the civilians, we had three big parties in Nigeria: the APP, the AD, and the PDP. The AD turned out to be more of a regional party because the people who started the AD, a lot of people might not know, actually started the PDP.
Yeah. A
lot of people might not know. And when they saw people who were joining the PDP, rather than stay there, they left and started the APP with some other people. Then left to go and start AD. And after the elections, the bulk of the seats that they won were from the southwest. They had a few pockets in the north, you get, but they had the bulk of their seats in the southwest. But the PDP had a national spread, more or less. The PDP was the biggest party. And they used to even say that, they were going to rule for 50 years. And one of their monikers then was that, the biggest party in Africa. maybe they were.
You don't think they still are?
But no, they're not. They're not. They look, well, if they were, they wouldn't be losing elections the way they do. You get? So maybe they were. What I'm trying to establish still is that AD had some internal crisis, and Bola Tinubu more or less pulled out and started AC.
Yeah.
Then, after some rearrangements and some alliances and
then
handshakes,
it
became ACN. And they also knew that even with the ACN, they could not win or seize power. So what they did was form that alliance that gave us the APC in Nigeria. And the APC had elements of the PDP, elements of the APP, elements of
ANPP,
Abuja.
Yes, ANPP,
and of course the ACN. And that's how they were able to, of course, win an election. I'm saying again that if they didn't build on what they had from AD to AC to ACN, do you understand?
So,
to APC, if they didn't build on it. But now, Labour finally made an inroad after they got a governor in, what's his name now? The former governor of Ondo.
Oh, yeah.
They had him. Yeah. They had him.
Yeah.
At some point, remember that even Dele Momodu was a presidential candidate.
Oh, God.
You know?
Before you go on, BT616 says, I'm here to emotionally support Coach Pep against haters. Good morning.
Nobody hates Pep. We just don't like him.
To be honest with you, I think I like him a lot.
I don't like him until he leaves Man City. Sorry, I don't.
Do I like Man City? No.
Pep
but as a person, I think he's a fantastic coach. So
Pep
maybe
guy.
I'm part of people here that would say that maybe, yeah, he needs emotional support at the moment. But we're definitely going to get there. Hold that thoughts.
Pep na my guy. But I better make it cry more. Don't send out like that. You know? So the thing about it is that in looking at and thanks for that message, VT616, always a pleasure. So in looking at it, you now started taking Labour Party serious.
Yeah.
6-point-something million votes across Nigeria.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
Winning presidential election in Lagos.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Then that's spread.
They won states. It's not just about
winning Abuja.
Yeah.
Do you getting the kind of votes that they got in Nasarawa and Plateau?
Yeah, they actually did
Benue,
have states that they won.
You get. So you look at that and you say, okay, this is the foundation.
They need to,
They're now supposed to.
They need to be taken serious now.
You're supposed to build.
But
on
now
it.
my question is,
so the foundation is no longer.
Now my question, or would I say, is comment to what you made now. He said foundation. The issue I would say is, remember that before the Peter Obi movement, there was really nobody really reckoned with Labour Party like that.
Of course.
So it was more of like a 9-month shift between when Peter Obi moved. Can we say that? Because maybe why I'm not sure that we will compare it to the likes of the APC then was, it probably took a while and took a lot of planning to get APC to where they got to.
No, it does,
I think that Labour Party.
It doesn't have to.
Do I think, or let me put it as a question that could it be that when Peter Obi moved, I won't say it was premature, but a lot of things were not properly ironed out at that point, meaning that, like the Bible used to say, if the foundation be destroyed. So that foundation that you talked about, was it really, really set properly at that point?
That's not the issue. Again, I'll go back to what I said and reiterate it. You need to build and have a long-term goal at seizing power or becoming the president.
That's what I'm saying.
Whatever.
Did they actually have those goals and plans in place?
That's why they contested. They did. They had the goals and plans in place. Do they have the structures in place? No. Do they have the political know-how? No. That is the thing that is missing. That's the thing that is missing. Look at it this way. If it was all about the name of a party,
the
SDP was the party that won the freest and fairest presidential election in Nigeria.
Oh, yeah. That was the SDP of then now.
The SDP that came now, what did they win? After the AD more or less died, it died a natural death.
Is there no AD anymore?
Okay, where last did you see that logo with the star and black thing in the middle?
I'm just saying.
That's why I said it died a natural death. A few years after, some people try to bring it back. What happened? Do you get what I'm trying to say here? That is beyond the name and the brand. It's about the political knowledge, the networking, and the structure building. So what I'm saying...
So the foundation was not there.
The foundation was there, Dolukbo. The people who are building don't know how to build. You are not following. If listen, the AD was down to one governor. And that was the governor of Lagos State, Bola Tinubu.
Yeah.
And from that one governor, they came back to get 6.
They did?
They came back now. They came back and virtually won everything. They came back and they started winning.
Under AD or AC?
It's still the same AD to AC to... I'm telling you, follow me. These are facts. These are things that you can verify. Bola Tinubu was a member of the AD. The AD had won the entire Southwest. Stupidly or funnily, they agreed to some supportership deal with... the
PDP?
No, not necessarily PDP. With Obasanjo,
yeah.
And of course, the man played politics on them. Bottom line is that they lost all the Southwest states. And that's what threw up all the Benga Daniels of this world. The PDP took over the Southwest, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
And I'm saying that from the strength of one governor, they were able to build, they, being Bola Tinubu and his people, were able to build a party that became the ruling party from having only one governor. And now Labour has one governor in the person of Alex Oti. That's what I am saying, that if you know how to play politics properly, if you know how to build from scratch, build from the grassroots, rather than people leave your party, people will be joining your party. People will say, look, I need to be a part of whatever these people are doing. And Atiku left the PDP to come and join them.
Yeah.
And he wasn't the only one.
Yeah.
So that's the point I'm trying to make to you. How many top politicians will go and join Labour now, the way Labour is structured? So if you could build with one governor and start winning all over.
So it's possible, it's just that they didn't do it well.
They don't know how to play politics. That's the truth. All the people in Labour Party, every single one of them, from their presidential candidate down, you don't have to like what I'm saying, but facts are facts. They don't know how to play politics. When the crisis started in that party, who do you think was supposed to control it? Who was the highest placed person in that party?
Peter Obi.
He was supposed to control. What did he do? What exactly did he do? At some point, he said that he's not involved. That he's not. You are involved. You are the leader. You are the one that will tell them, stop this nonsense. You know, hey, Akpata, look, I get what you're saying, but if you don't take time, you will destroy the party. So you step down. Let's reach a compromise. You know, that's politics. And that's how you now become the main opposition party.
Also, BT616 says, SDP has 2 senators and 2 House of Rep members. Meanwhile, Peter Obi is still expanding the obedient tent. I'm not going to say that last part.
You can't read the last part. What did he say? Don't worry, don't say it.
I'm not going to read that part.
I'll check it out.
But that's what we're saying. They really actually do have, they would have had a lot, not just one governor.
He said SDP, the current SDP.
Yeah.
Or then?
SDP.
They have how many? 2
senators and 2 House of Rep members.
Fantastic.
However, they're still not as big as Labour Party in the House.
But that's fantastic.
Yeah, they are.
I didn't even know
now they have Labour Party. At this point, I cannot say exactly who is in Labour Party or who is not. But as at last elections, after elections were counted, Labour Party had about 5 or 6 senators in the House, in the Senate, and they had about 34 House of Rep members. In the past 1-2 weeks, almost 10 people have moved.
They've lost at least 7.
They've lost at least 7. A few people have moved before that. So I can't even ascertain who is who. Now remember, I think the person in Lagos State who had moved or something.
Even non-office holders have moved.
So,
and
talking about non-office holders,
this is the party that is supposed to come in 2037 to do bigger than what they did.
So that's why I said that. Okay, before we get to that point, since we're talking about also non-office holders, as of today, the Bayelsa gubernatorial candidate for 2023 for Labour Party, his running mate and a lot of other people have also now resigned. They did not say where they were going, but they've officially resigned from the Labour Party as well. So, like I said, and I'm throwing this out, I hope that BT 616 can also, add to this conversation about how is this really a reflection of 2027, as meaning that Labour Party would either not do as well or they will lose out completely in 2027. Okay, so there's a comment. BT 616 says, Shola, SDP is building from the grassroots. They're more focused on state assemblies and councilorships.
And that's what we're talking about. That's how to build. Do you understand? That's how to build. When it comes to politics, you don't just go from 1 to 100 and it becomes unsustainable. You consolidate and build. You consolidate and build. But here we are, that you have something just drop in your lap and you are just wasting it. To me, it's like burning a candle on both ends. It will just melt out quickly. You get, because instead of you to conserve it and build, after every election, the first step that you do is reconciliation. For anybody that understands politics, if you notice what Bola Tinubu did after the APC primaries, he didn't look at his status as party leader or flag bearer now. He didn't. You know what he did? He went to everybody that contested against him. He went to meet with them. He went to them. He didn't wait for them to come to him. After every election, you go and do bridge building and all of that. But they didn't. And that's one of the mistakes that the PDP made with Yemsom Wike. After the primaries, rather than go to him and say, you know what, sorry, the way it played out, you're still one of us, we'll look for a way. They were backslapping and saying, oh, you are the hero of the primaries and blah, blah, blah. Because meaning that, oh, this hero saved the day by checkmating Wike. Do you get? Then they wanted to pick a vice. And there were rumors that, oh, Wike will get it, Wike will not get it. He didn't get it. They didn't carry him along. Do you get? And that's why you start to lose. And remember when Shegun Showumi was saying that their problem is because Wike is not fully with them or blah, blah, blah. The time that he was fully, what did you guys do? With it? And that's how politics works. So for a Labour Party governorship candidate who now became a governor, he is supposed to be like in the forefront of building up the structures of the party. Whether you like the Aburi or not, you must be able to garner support to remove him legally. That's how politics works.
But at this point now, would they even have a party to lead anymore?
We'll soon find out the way things are going.
The way things are going, would there be a party
anymore?
It's
very sad because I know that with the numbers that they were able to pull off, it would have been nice if they're able to consolidate. At
least give the likes of APC and PDP a run for their money.
And the people who are crossing carpets are smart people. You might not understand what they are doing. They are doing it fast enough so that
they're not removed from the system.
So that they don't lose
because
where they are going.
Yeah, I think because they're looking at it that Labour Party will not have that kind of energy anymore, which other parties can see now. So is either I move quickly or I will lose out, because by the time other parties pick their candidates,
it's sad. It looks like Peter Obi did not understand what it was, and
is it really? Let's break it down. Is Peter Obi really a politician or a Nigerian politician that understands it? Because if we really look at it, remember that
what makes a politician?
What I mean by politician, someone that understands the Nigerian.
The man was governor.
He was governor twice. He was impeached like twice in between that.
And he came back.
He came back through the courts and all that. What I mean
the man was a vice presidential candidate.
Exactly.
Then a presidential candidate.
Exactly.
How many people can achieve what he achieved politically?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it almost looked like everything he got was given to him on a platter. And when it was now time to really do the work and do the politics, everything is falling down.
Well, I won't say that he didn't do the politics. I'm not saying that he doesn't just know how to do it well enough. That's what I'm saying. Not like he doesn't know, because for him to become governor and to even install his successor, that's a big deal. You're not going to take that away from him. And that's politics right there. However, I feel that he probably didn't understand what he got. It might have come so easy that, getting 6 million votes at your first attempt as a presidential candidate might have come easy, and maybe he just felt it was going to happen like that. Because if I was him, I would have gone full throttle, continue to consolidate, continue to build. I see him, he's going to the north a lot, he's trying to, reach out.
Well, we will be here, Shah.
If it will work, God keep all of us. If it won't, we will still see God still keep all of us.
We'll see what will happen in 2027.
I feel that Labour Party is squandering the goodwill that they had.
Okay. Now moving on quickly, the Vice President is presiding over the last National Economic Council meeting for the year. He's the chairman of the NEC, and I think the last major meeting that they had was when they had asked the presidency to withdraw the. However, the vice president, especially for someone that is a finance person, major finance person, we've not really heard anything about the tax bill and everything coming from his angle. The only thing was that the NEC had asked the presidency to step it down. Of course, they did not.
Well, it would have been nice if he said something.
Yeah.
Because
you want to, at least you're sure that someone like that understands
the major opponents of the tax bill are from his state.
Exactly. So
the governor and the senator
is it that
are his people.
He's just quiet because he's part of the presidency, but he aligns with them? Because it kind of seems like that. If you're quiet about
it, would have been nice if he said something.
It would have been nice, actually. It would have been nice. But anyway, he has not, but he's presiding over the last NEC meeting for the year 2024. Also, still before we leave the issue of the vice president, Kemi Badenoch has now replied vice president.
Yeah.
And she said that she stands by what she said, and according to her, that she's not going to be a PR for Nigeria. Apparently, a lot of people have been going off about it, saying that nobody needs her to be PR. That what does that mean? That she's not PR for Nigeria, and basically what she's is the leader of the opposition party in the UK, and that's it.
The vice president of Nigeria did not ask you. He didn't ask you to be PR for Nigeria. He said that if you want to identify with, fine. If you don't, fine. But at least you cannot change the fact that you are Nigerian.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you deport all the Nigerians that don't have paper in the UK, it still doesn't make you white. It doesn't make you British, And if you are British, you are still Nigerian. You are Nigerian British. You can't take that away, Maybe you should have dropped your Kemi before you became popular. It would have been easy for you. To be honest, I just see a woman who is smart. I think Kemi Badenoch is a very smart woman. She knows what she wants, and she's getting it. And she knows her audience, and she knows what they want to hear, and she's serving it. It's funny, but there's this Jay-Z song that I cannot mention that I liked. It was describing a certain type of people and what they stood for historically. And of course, we still have them here today. But I didn't mention the song. But it's a very nice song. I'm going to go look for that song again. I've not heard it since it dropped.
Anyway, Sha, she just had to reply that and just wanted to put that out there. Now, also just want to put this out here. The federal government has reported that crude oil production has hit 1.7 million barrels per day. BT616 says Kemi is a BAD. She's playing politics like a Yoruba person. Omotoni brain.
Yeah. Do you get now? There's someone that gets it. Like, she knows what she's doing.
She's looking for the attention and the.
Is it working? Yes.
I hope it works for a long time, Sha. I really hope it works for a long time. But
you know, when our party was in government, they made her a minister. Do you know what it means? And now she's leading the party with the potential of becoming a prime minister. You know, probably going to be the third woman, Abby. I know.
Yeah, there was Margaret Thatcher. There
Theresa
was
May.
Theresa May. Yeah. No, there was one now for like 10 days. What's this, auntie? I was there before Rishi Sunak.
That's why we don't remember her. I remember her now.
Oh my God, you're just mean. You're just a wicked human being. Anyway, just so basically, Nigeria's oil production has hit 1.7 million barrels per day.
You know, the target is over 2 million to 2.1 million or thereabout. If you look at how much we were producing in the last 10 years or thereabout, you understand that this is a big deal. This is massive. I don't know what the government has done. Kudos to them.
But I think that we should start this kudos from the former president.
Yeah, that's why I said if you know what we're producing in the last 10 years, you get. And kudos to them. One of the things that I've seen is the increased, security and control on the people who are stealing crude and everything. Because if you had all those crude that are still, maybe we're even hitting about 2.5
million. With the ones daily. That everybody, the people that are stealing.
They not be straw that they use for that thing. That they use
straw.
That they use pipe.
Straw. Don't be.
They are drinking the crude. But it's a good thing for Nigeria because we need to earn that forex so that we can at least bring down the dollar and make the naira stronger.
Okay, the national grid is set for a 150 megawatt expansion before year's end. Just want to put it out there. Yes. You know that yesterday there was national grid collapse.
For the 12th time.
The grid came back up. However, shout out to Lagos State because it looks like it's a Lagos State issue now. Because I'm not sure that up until now, last I checked, Igbi has still not gotten power.
Yeah, there are major parts of Lagos that have been without power for days, before the grid collapsed. Especially Surulere. You talk to anybody there, they tell you they've gone 2-3 days without power. But the 150 megawatts, you might think is small, but it's actually a part of the total that what they've been able to add is about 750 already. So you add 150 to that, it's going to become about 900 megawatts have been added to the grid. Of course, work that started under the Presidential Power Initiative, which President Buhari initiated, and Bola Tinubu went to renegotiate and made it bigger and everything. And this is just phase one, This is just phase one. One of the most exciting things for me is how they've virtually installed almost all the new power transformers, especially the mobile ones. They have 10 of that.
Yeah.
And what that also means is that they might be able to move those things to places where there's a shortage of power generation and everything. But again, I would add my voice to what we've always said here at the bar. We don't need a national grid as it is. We need to decentralize power generation, distribution, and transmission. It's very important.
Okay, now moving on from the issue of power. Also, governors met yesterday in Abuja over tax bills and all the things. There are no reports on that yet, but we will go back to it. Also, there are quite a number of things we wanted to talk about. Before we go on, I wanted to go back and gist about a bit of sports because I actually really just wanted to have time both for that. But before we get to that, so talking about people defaming people. Number one, Mr. Dele Farotimi's matter is not going anywhere anytime soon. I saw an interview where BT616 says, Shola, stop. South Africa generates 234,000 a year. It's embarrassing. Sell 50 core, 540.
Yeah, I get that South African comparison that everybody does and all of that. South Africa, they're also experiencing power outages now a lot, as much as our own, if not worse. But that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that we keep hearing that Nigeria needs 60,000 megawatts, 70,000, for uninterrupted power supply.
There needs to be, but at least
we need to have that. Maximum that we've ever hit is, I think, is 10,000 megawatts or thereabout. You get, of course, there's a lot of load shedding and all of that. So I'm just saying that every increased capacity is a welcome development. That's all I'm saying. Still standing on the ground that I don't believe in the concept of the grid as it stands in Nigeria. It doesn't make any sense to me that you're generating power from different parts of Nigeria and sending it to Oshogbo or wherever it is that they're sending, and they're now redistribute. It doesn't make any sense. We need a grid to power, national installations like all the roads in Nigeria. If they're not on solar, we can, the hospitals, police stations, schools, the military barracks, and all of those places. Mm-hmm. Do you understand? But I'm saying that if we were serious, it's not impossible. And BT616, this is what I'm saying. There are 36 states in Nigeria. If every state generated a minimum of 500 within this next 1 year, you know where that takes us? Plus what we already have.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense to me. So I get what South Africa is doing. And we must not forget that Nigeria just went to sleep. Whatever capacity that we eat, we went to sleep, and the grid became very old and moribund.
Yeah, and it's just crazy.
So I won't compare us to them because they are more serious about doing things than we were and than we are.
Okay, so going back to our digits, I wanted to see about defection. So it looks like Mr. Dele Farotimi or Mr. Tomilola Titus Farotimi is
aka Dele Farotimi.
AKA Dele Farotimi is not going anywhere anytime soon. So I saw an interview where someone was breaking it down.
Yeah.
That now it even looks like the crux of the matter or the basis of what he wrote in his book,
according to that person,
lies, according to the person. BT616 says, I agree with you. All street lights, hospitals, and government offices and courts should be powered with solar off-grid.
Yeah, that's what we need.
So,
and that takes the load off the so-called national grid.
Now, going back to Mr. Dele Farotimi, now there's a lot of conversation that even the case where he's alleging that Afe Babalola was involved in, number one, that the man was never involved in it. His chambers was involved in it, but he never even appeared in court for one, or his name was never even on the wreath of summons or anything, or as lawyer or solicitor. That also, even Dele Farotimi himself
was not involved in that
was
case.
Also, according to this person, was also not involved in this case as well. So where would he say that he got all this information and evidence against someone that was never there? And if, according to what this person, who's an SAN himself, you're also saying that you two were not there.
Yeah, they even cited the case that he was involved in, which is like
an aftermath
of the main case.
Yeah, and see, this is where my issue is.
But everybody's been sentimental.
This is something that I had said before, and when I saw that interview, this person is getting my point. My point is, his book, which I've not read, honestly, I'm not sure I have planned to read it, but for journalism purposes, if I come across it, I might. Do you understand? So that one comes more from an informed angle. But I've said the excerpts that I've seen, and with what a lot of people have said, I took time a bit to read a bit of what he was being accused of. And when I saw it, I'm like, this takes so much away from Afe Babalola. This is calling to question the whole judiciary system in Nigeria.
Exactly. That's what we said from the get.
So, you now want to go... And I think that this is... Let's even not be realistic. No, let's be realistic. Let's not be... it's not about being straight and narrow. Let's be realistic now. You're calling to question a group of people that you are hoping that if you are taken to this same group of people, you will get a fair hearing.
Yeah. So
Jonas are like, make it make sense.
So again, over and over again, we keep saying that it definitely must have some kind of proof, because if it doesn't, as a lawyer, he knows the implications. They are the learned ones now. Now we there on learned now. You understand? Let me draw a parallel with during the build up to the last elections. Mm-hmm. There was a man that came out to drop a lot of snippets and things that were incriminating against Alhaji Atiku and his family.
Yeah.
That man dropped these things, said he had to go into hiding. That man works for this government today. Mm-hmm. They have not sued him. What does that tell you? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm saying, oh, this Dolupo did this, Dolupo did that, Dolupo, and I have proof.
Very heavy allegations.
You get? And I'm saying those things about Dolupo, and I have proof. And Dolupo does not sue me. Do you understand? And I'm still there, and I'm flexing, and I'm walking all over the place. What does that tell you? Even if the matter doesn't make it to court, it shows you definitely that that person was telling the truth. Mm-hmm. That's what it means.
Yeah.
Remember again, yes, daddy. Look, let's talk facts here. Oh, we're going to sue. They never got to sue people's cassette.
Gazette.
Yeah, whatever. They didn't get sued. Do you know what that tells you also? So I don't like that scenario where a Dele Farotimi would make an allegation, and if an Afe Babala would have just said, you know what, just leave him.
That's why I said that.
So the man did what you would do.
You would do.
I would
because
do
you're
by
calling
suing
to
him.
question
so I'm
his
open
integrity.
For his. I am really. I'm going to be consistent with what I'm saying. I hate the way he was arrested. I don't like the idea, but again, it's supposed to be a criminal charge, not a civil charge.
Yeah.
So I get that, but I don't like it. I still don't like the way he was treated. Do you get? I still don't like the way he was brought to court in handcuffs. Do you get? He's not a flight risk. He's not going anywhere. You have arrested him. So you want to humiliate him and break him down. I get that. But if after all of this, Dele Farotimi cannot put them in place, then you will know that village people took over at some point.
And according to this person, they're saying that this case was as far back as 11 years ago, about 2013.
Dolupo, you will see the way things are being structured. Court case in Ibadan, court case in Abuja, court case in Ekiti.
I think there is one now in Port Harcourt.
There's
another one in Port Harcourt.
Do you see what's going on? And everything is well within the law. So if
you're dealing with
if
SANs
you allege, you must prove. At this point, he must be able to prove it.
And I was reading a tweet once, and someone had talked about how he doesn't think that there is a lawyer that is as big or has ever been as big or has ever had as much impact as Gani Fawemi, but he has never called to question. It's not like as if that there's been allegations here and there that the judges they're just allegations. But the man till he died never called to question. There's some certain things that you just don't touch. And maybe some people have said the man was looking for attention or he wanted to bring some, but if I think I'm going to toe your line, there has to be some evidence for you to call out the whole judiciary. There definitely has to be some.
When you say that Supreme Court is corrupt, you must prove it, though.
What is left? Anyway, before we leave that, all this defamation matter, we talked about yesterday a lady that had called to, that had accused Bello El-Rufai of, she put out also
that the EFCC had raided and they found billions of naira and millions of dollars in El-Rufai's son's apartment and El-Rufai's house. And all of that.
He had replied that he was going to look for her, that he was going to, in fact, I think he had said he was going to set aside about 20 million naira just to search for her and and that he was going to sue her for everything, that money was going to be useful for his constituents. Then yesterday we see a whole letter of apology from her lawyers, where she had put out. However, he has replied and said that
no
he
apologies.
is not accepting.
So he's saying meet me in court. Again, this is to everybody that thinks that they can just always publish anything they see You know, because when people were calling this lady out, she started cursing them out. And they were telling her that this is defamation. And she's like, no, she just published something that someone else had published. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And she's a lawyer, Abby.
Yeah, she's supposed to be a lawyer.
Shows you the kind of lawyers we're turning out now.
Do you actually get, like, what exactly is your problem? What's the plan?
You that you are learned. We that we are unlearned. now we even sabi law.
They are the ones that are learned, though. Leave them alone. If once they have one white and black, they think that the world revolves around them. Anyway, shout out to you lawyers. Anyway, somebody might just go to jail for not minding her business. Anyway.
Well, at least Elon Musk would have paid her for that tweet.
At least she will have small money to pay lawyer first. At least the first set of lawyers out. Or as a lawyer, she can represent herself.
Or to take things to lock up. At least. You think she will need
a few things. Moving on from that quickly. Okay, so you know what? Like I said, let's talk about a bit of sports. Let's even be coming down. Let everybody be coming down. I'm not talking about anything else yet. So, shout out to
Man City.
Before we get don't be mean. Don't be mean.
Man City.
So there were quite a number of you are just mean.
Was it Juventus that played yesterday or
yes.
Was it the classic Brazil of the 80s and 90s? Because I don't know.
You are looking for
Was it Pele's Brazil that played? Was it the way they play Man City now? Juventus wicked.
So yesterday we saw the second set of match day 6 games being played yesterday. It was quite an eventful one. Yeah,
and a good game by the Arsenal. They went to Monaco and played as if they were in London. Like
they were in London.
It wasn't in Monaco that was at home.
No. Arsenal was at home.
Okay, because I saw just the highlights, I just saw the goals and everything. I'm like, okay, and Arsenal must be the home team. But again, when I saw the fixtures, it looked like Monaco that was.
They're actually the home team.
So they played like they were in Bayern.
Oh yeah, they did. We saw quite a number of games yesterday. Interesting, like. You would not keep quiet about it.
And they kept that Balogun boy quiet. I thought the boy was going to show.
He did not. He did not. And you know the funny thing is that there's been such a lot of like you had said, there's people were really looking forward to that Arsenal Monaco game because they have so much history together.
Oh yeah.
Even from the likes of Henry.
Further back, all of that.
Okay, so I think there's a comment. BT616 says, let me concede. Osimhen's 10 goals and 4 assists in 11 games so far. Lukaku 5 goals and 4 assists in 15 games. All came in the first 5 games. Lukaku hasn't scored or assisted in the last 10 games. Napoli miss Osimhen.
Yes, they do. Even the coach was forced to.
He was forced to admit it. Yes.
And I was it BT616 or Peterman or someone that mentioned? I'm not sure. Or was it Chief Owonikoko? Someone just said it that of course we don't want them to do well, and we said yes, we don't, so that they can realize what they have lost. Because Osimhen, the way I see it, never say never is what they say, but Osimhen will never play for Napoli again.
I don't see him.
There's no way.
I don't see him.
And Conte came with a chip on his shoulder, feeling like I don't need him. Let him go.
Yeah.
Let him go. Your Lukaku ti Lakuba and say Oti Kaku.
Wow.
Kaku.
Be
Lukaku.
nice.
You know, I used to like Lukaku, but you want to replace Osimhen. Who are you? Who are you? Who born you? Who is your
when dad? Lukaku was Lukaku but now
Osimhen is in his prime. Osimhen was injured, came back, and is still banging goals.
He's still banging goals.
He has played fewer games, just like BT6 pointed out. And look at it.
He really did a lot.
Osimhen just travel, just leave Turkey.
Anyway, Atletico Madrid defeated Slovan Bratislava yesterday 3-1.
Atletico Madrid will defeat anybody the way they are playing these days.
Lille defeated Sturm Graz yesterday 3-2. AC Milan also won their game 2-1. Like we had said, Arsenal had beat Monaco 3-0. I thought it was going to be a more difficult game, but we saw that Benfica.
It was one way traffic.
Yeah, Benfica defeat. It was 0-0 game that ended Bologna. Barcelona actually beat Borussia Dortmund 3-2 yesterday.
That was a good game.
That was actually a good game for them. BT616 said, me that I was waiting at the pub to watch Osimhen play in 2 hours. EuroLeague. Osimhen will score 3 today.
Amen. Amen.
Oh, God. Feyenoord defeated Sparta Prague 4-2. Juventus continued the Manchester City.
It's Juventus that you are calling without respect like that.
What? Nottingham beats
the old lady.
So what's the thing?
Old lady.
I beg.
Meanwhile,
at this point,
if Man City catch Man United this weekend,
I bet the only one that thinks that United cannot win that game.
They can't.
Why you?
I'm not asking you to bet.
Be nice. Be nice.
I'm being real, me. I'm just being real. If they catch, it's United that they will use to get their groove back.
They will beat.
Oh man, no United.
They will beat. Amore should be sorry, yeah. BT616 as an Arsenal fan, I have renewed hope. We're going to win the Champions League.
Amen.
Amen.
You know why I say amen? I remember how close Arsenal came, and just one tiny slip up somewhere.
Yeah, and then they didn't win. That happened twice. That's happened twice.
That particular year, my friends had bought a cow in Surulere. They bought a cow. Yeah, it was very sad.
Oh Lord. Question. He says, why is Lookman not rated high? Please, when Arsenal should buy that boy.
They have started rating
Arsenal
him.
Should buy that
they
boy.
have started rating him.
What's his name?
Yes.
Absence.
You know,
seriously, if Lookman was Spanish or Brazilian, he'll be rated high. £7 million only. It's good. It's good if there's no point. So that
the funny
you'll be nice so that they can just.
The funny thing about
him up quickly.
Is that you see all these clubs in England, they don't have sense. If they have sense, this is the best time.
Scoop him up now.
Don't wait until summer. Buy him in January.
Right now.
At this price, is a steal now because that boy has come into his own. And you know, there's a Yoruba saying, "Intoba fi oju ana woku ebora abolasho."
How do you lose a game and you are still the man of the match?
It was in England that year, and they were doing balu balu.
You think, as in,
the guy went abroad.
Like I said, give it to him. You lose a game to Real Madrid,
and his man
and not one person in Real Madrid won man of the match.
And there's Vini there.
There's Bellingham.
There's
Mbappe.
There's Project Mbappe.
Let's not.
Meanwhile, he says you people should not do Project Mbappe again. No?
Anyway, with the games now, UEFA Champions League games, there are just 2 games more for everybody now, and that yesterday's game saw Barcelona shoot up to the second on the table. Liverpool is on top. I'm not sure. I would look through the games that they have.
Liverpool have not dropped a single point.
They've not dropped a single point on that. They have 2 more games. I don't know. I can't.
They have obviously qualified because even if they lose the 2 games.
Yes, I think they have qualified at the moment. Quite a number of people have qualified right now. Barcelona also looks like they've qualified. That game also shot Arsenal to number 3 on the table yesterday. I think I checked it. I think they're playing Dynamo Zagreb and Girona the last 2 games. So if they keep up their form, it's something that maybe it could be a walkover for them. Leverkusen, Aston Villa, Inter Milan, Brest.
Which level is Brest on, please?
They're 7th on the table. So if they keep up with what they have now...
So Brest is close to the top.
Yes. Anyway...
they usually are close.
Let me just break it down a little bit for people that do not know. So for the first 8 teams, if once you win all the remaining games and you are in the top 8, you move automatically to the next stage.
Yeah.
The next 8 are going to be playing, having to play playoffs.
Yeah.
Yes, not the next 8, so the next 12 actually. 12, no. Yeah, the next 16 actually. The next 16 are going to be playing playoffs as well, and then the rest of the people. Sad PSG is 25 on that.
Who cares?
On that list. Man City could still play playoffs the way they're going now.
That will still lose their last 2 games.
Fear God. You push, you fear God.
That's why I'm saying what I'm saying, because I fear God.
Anyway, you pardon me. There's going to be Europa. There's Europa. It's still the league stage as well in Europa. I don't see United losing today's game.
Against who?
Victoria Pleasant.
Okay.
You are just a mean human being.
Okay.
You are just mean. But I don't see them losing today's game. Galatasaray is playing Malmo FF.
Up Gala.
Gala
will give them Gala to chop.
But anyway, there are quite a number of games.
But it would be nice to watch Osimhen play again, you know. It would be so nice. It's such a joy to behold Osimhen. Did you see the new deal he struck with a car manufacturer in Turkey?
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
That boy is going places, man.
You people should have the fear of God. BT616 says, Man, you will fall into relegation this season. Mark my words. I don't think so. I see. People that know me know I do not like. I don't know who I don't like more in City or no. Tottenham is on top of that list.
City does not even exist.
No. Tottenham is on top of that list. Then United, then City. But I don't think that. In fact, if they get their groove back, they might still enter like maybe the top half of the. I'm not saying like top 6, but at least maybe the top half of the.
They should have just bought Osimhen. You see all this sexy, what's that boy's name? And the fake Haaland that they bought. They should have just put that money together and they should have bought Osimhen. Yeah,
but I don't think that United is going to get into relegation. I don't see it happening. They just wasted
money alone.
Wow, you are just mean. Anyway.
Sexy.
Yeah, just mean.
Anyway, two goals in 200 million games.
Finidi George has now bagged the league manager of the month in the MPFL.
Well deserved. Yeah, he's been very consistent.
Very consistent with that. So it's safe to say that he's not a bad coach after all. Black Galaxies of Ghana beating Togo 2-0 in a friendly as they're playing friendlies. Remember they have CHAN qualifiers against with Nigeria. So it's looking like just one.
And our boys are in camp actually at Raymond Stadium.
Yeah. Also, Sweden has now closed the rape case against Mbappe over insufficient evidence.
Apparently, again, it's about time that a lot of these guys be more careful, and they need proper protection around them. They need bodyguards and all of those things, because there will always be that person that wants to take advantage. Wants to be funny,
yes, exactly.
There will always be that person. Always. Look at a lot of the popular footballers. They all have this kind of cases.
Yeah.
Is it that they're all bad?
To be funny. Anyway, quickly before we go, let me just put this out there. We're actually out of time. But the Ondo NNPP and governorship candidate are disagreed in court. This one, they got to court and were fighting because NNPP say that they are not doing case. Governorship candidate say they are doing case against Aiyedatiwa. So BT616 says, on a side note, the new Ghanaian president was raised in Kwara State, Nigeria.
I think his stepmom is from Oro or something.
Yeah, I think Ofa.
Ofa actually.
Yeah, I saw that actually. Very, very interesting. Also, we had talked about the Bayelsa governorship candidates that had moved, but just wanted to put it out there. It looks like people are already disagreeing. You have not even finished court matters. You're already fighting yourselves. Anyway, on that note, that is all we able to take today on The Bar. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow at 3 p.m. West African time.
Music Friday.
So just wanted to put this out there, quickly breaking. President Tinubu is set to present the 2025 budget on Tuesday. So there's plenty gist next week. Lots of breaking down and a lot of gist that happens from there. Have a beautiful, beautiful day ahead.
Peace.